Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm JJ. So in this video, going to be talking about Ole Miss versus Miami. What each team needs to do. A quick recap on what got them to this point. Quick recap is Miami beat Notre Dame in the beginning of the season, lost to Louisville, then a couple games later lost to SMU in an overtime game. Of course, they fell in the rankings. It looked like they wasn't going to get in. Notre Dame was going to get in over them. And then after the conference championship week, kind of surprised the nation. It did look like they were trying to correct their mistake, but finally they just corrected it by putting Miami over Notre Dame, and rightfully so, because both teams had two losses and they had to head-to-head. So they did correct their mistake, and clearly Miami belonged in the playoffs, even though they didn't get to play in their championship game. But still, they beat a very talented Texas A&M team on the road in front of 100,000+ fans. Went on to face Ohio State, arguably one of the most complete teams in college football right now. They have a lot of depth, a ton of talent on both sides of the ball, especially the defensive front. But they still overcame it, and they proved that their defense in both games can rise to the challenge. Offensively, they've struggled a little bit. They haven't looked nowhere near maybe a championship caliber offense yet, but defenses win championships most of the time. Is your top rated defenses that push their team into the national championship and even win it. So saying that, Miami has the 10th ranked defense in the nation, rightfully so, due to that front, and they are absolutely devastating at getting to the quarterback, and they're definitely going to need that against Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss Rebels pretty much undefeated in the entire season, except for the one loss on the road to Georgia, which was a back-and-forth game until late in the fourth quarter. And then they, you could say, got payback by beating Georgia in the quarterfinals and winning that game in another close shootout, back-and-forth type match. So they're now going to be moving on to this game as well. The only difference is they are coming in with the number 2 rated offense right now in the nation. A excellent quarterback. Chambliss easily could have been the winner of the Heisman Trophy. So both teams kind of have, my strength is going up against your strength, my weakness going up against your weakness. So this should be a very competitive game. I would expect it to be a within one score. I would expect a offensive match. I believe that Miami is going to have to score more points in this game than they have up to this point, being that Chambliss is so hard to get on the ground. I know that Miami is going to come in and blitz. They got 3 guys that are very capable of doing that. They're absolutely devastating. If there's anybody that can contain Chambliss and make Ole Miss be one-dimensional at just passing the football, then this is the team to do it. But Ole Miss does have the receivers. Now, on the other side, Carson Beck is no slouch. He can get free, get out of the pocket. They have a good running back. They have good receivers on the edges. They have the talent to take care of business, and up to this point, they have been proven that they very much so do belong, and they want this national championship. Of course, the Ole Miss favorites, a lot of people in the nation are probably rooting for them, being that they are kind of, well, been done wrong by their former head coach. But at the same time, this is football, so anything could happen. It ain't about who's favorites or who people like. It's going to be about who can go out there and execute in this game to get the W. My predictions, well, they're going to come Wednesday. So I'm not going to give away who I believe is going to win this game. I will say I picked against Miami twice. They've beat their team both times. Of course, it was an easy pick for Ole Miss over Tulane. I did pick the Dogs over Ole Miss, but you can't match the absolute execution and just determination they are right now demonstrating. So it's going to be a good game regardless. Looking forward to it. And whoever they face in the next round is going to be a Big Ten opponent, either in Oregon or Indiana. And of course, you got SEC versus ACC. Excited to see that as well. We'll have to wait and see what happens in this game, which team comes out on top and which conference can brag and talk crap to the other one.